Hello everyone, this is Sam from We Talk Football TV here, and today I'm going to be going through my predictions for the World Cup 2014 in Brazil. So starting off with Group A, we have Brazil, Cameroon, Croatia and Mexico. Brazil are one of the favourites to win the actual tournament, and they've been put in a pretty easy group, obviously with home advantage. They should easily win this group, so I'm going to be putting them, if this decides to work, at first. And in second place, I don't think Cameroon have the ability to get through the group, even though they have players like Samiato. They are lacking in the defence, and that is a very big weak point for them. So I'm going to be putting them at maybe about third. Croatia going in at second, with obviously players like Modric and all them. And Mexico coming in at fourth. And in Group B, we have Australia, Chile, Spain and the Netherlands. Obviously Spain and the Netherlands are two World Cup finalists from 2010, and they are expected to do quite well in this tournament. So obviously first I'm going to be putting the current world champion Spain, but for the Netherlands they do have players like Van Persie and Arjen Robben, but I'm not too sure if they will be able to cope with the pressure of having to have another good World Cup this year, because obviously Van Persie, one of their very strong players, has had a very bad year this year. Obviously his injury might he might not be able to cope with his injury for the World Cup, so I'm going to be putting them at third, and Chile in second. And obviously Australia have been put in a very difficult group this year, and they will be finishing rock bottom. And in Group C we've got what I think is probably the weakest group in the whole tournament. We have Ivory Coast, Colombia, Greece and Japan. Colombia with Radamel Falcao and I believe there are other players. Rodriguez, he's a very good player as well. They will be finishing first. Obviously Ivory Coast, players like Drogba, Kalou, Yaya Toure, Kolo Toure, they have got a very strong team this year. Always favourites to win the African Cup of Nations, and they're obviously the favourite African team to progress in this World Cup. So I'll be putting them at second. Japan in third and Greece finishing fourth. So Group D, obviously you can probably tell I'm from England, but I'll be trying not to be biased through this prediction, but I think they will come second. I think they will, but even though Italy have got a strong team, the only player that they're relying on is Balotelli up front, and they do have other good players like, for example, Barzagli in centre back. He's set to maybe hopefully help the Italians out with their defence this year, but I think they will end up finishing third, because Uruguay have got the front three. They have Diego Forlan, who is getting on a bit, Edinson Cavani, and of course Luis Suarez, who's had a very good year for Liverpool this year. So I think they'll be coming first. England second, Costa Rica of course bottom, because they are quite a weak team with the only notable player Brian Ruiz of Fulham. And so that is how I think Group D will finish. Moving on, Group E, France. Everyone's been talking about how they are very lucky to have a good, not a good group, but quite a weak group apart from them. So I think they'll be finishing first. Switzerland, a seeded team in this tournament, I think will be going second. Ecuador and Honduras, finishing the bottom two. Even though Ecuador do have Antonio Valencia, he's like one of the only players that maybe that'll make an impression on the world stage, but who knows? Could be someone else who has a good tournament. And in Group F, people are also saying Argentina are very, very lucky in this group, and to be honest, they are, because apart from them, teams like Iran and Bosnia, they haven't qualified very much. Well, Bosnia, this is the first time they've ever qualified, but of course they haven't actually been a country for too long. But but they do have players like Ibezovic, or whatever how you ever say his name, Dzeko, and that's basically all I know about them. But I think they will finish second, and of course Argentina first, one of the favourites to win the tournament. Iran, I've been looking at Iran recently, and I think they have actually got quite a strong team. They have, I think his name's Dejaja or something like that of Fulham. He seems like quite a good player, and hopefully he could help them maybe progress into the last 16, but who knows. But my prediction is they'll finish third. Nigeria, I think, will finish bottom. They have got no notable players that could maybe make an impression in this World Cup, so I'm putting them at bottom. Group G, what most people are calling the group of death. Well, it's not the only group of death. I think Group B and Group D are pretty strong groups as well. But Group G, Germany, one of the favourites to win the World Cup again. I think that they will most definitely win this group with ease. Ghana are a very, very strong team. Of course, Kevin Prince Boateng, and they've got many other players who will make an impression in the World Cup. I think they will do very well. Portugal, they have Ronaldo, they have Coentrão, and that's about it. They have, well, João Moutinho, he's quite a good player, but he's getting on a bit, and I don't think that all of their players will have the ability to get through this group. And I'm definitely putting Ghana in second. They had a very, very strong World Cup. They got to the quarterfinals, should have been semi-finals if it wasn't for Luis Suarez's handball on the line in the last minute, which Azerbaijan failed to score the penalty. But anyway, I'm going to be putting Germany first, Ghana second, Portugal third, and the United States fourth. And Group H, this is a fairly weak group. Apart from Belgium, they've got players like, up front we have Benteke, Lukaku. In the midfield you've got Hazard, and of course at the back you have very solid defender Vincent Kompany. And in goal, Courtois, he's a good player, very good goalkeeper. So I'm going to be putting them at first. And these three teams, Algeria, I don't think they have the ability to qualify. I don't think they have the ability to qualify for the last 16, but who knows, they could do. And Korea and Russia. Russia, it's a bit of a change of environment for them, but hopefully they will get maybe second. But Korea, they're playing in an environment which they are used to. Like in Korea, they have quite high altitude and like humidity. Same as in Brazil. So Korea I have finishing second. Moving on to the second round, Brazil against Chile. Brazil, they are one of the favourites to win the tournament, if not the favourites. So yeah, I think they will at least get to the final, possibly. Anyway, yeah, them going through to the quarterfinal. In this one, definitely Spain are returning world champions. Croatia have got a strong team, but I think that Spain will be too much for them. And in this second round game, we have a Uruguay and the Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast, very strong team, and Uruguay, of course, a strong team again, with obviously the three up front that I was mentioning earlier. But I think that I'm not too sure on this one. Uruguay, they've got more attacking power, whereas Ivory Coast have got more defensive power in midfield. But I think that after Uruguay's World Cup last year, I think they will be favourites to win this. But anyway, Colombia against England. I mean, I don't want to be biased, but I think Colombia, the only notable players they have is Rodriguez and Falcao, whereas with England we have players like Baines, Gary Cahill, Gerrard, Rooney, Sturridge. We have all them players, and I think that they will get into the quarterfinal at least in this tournament. And for this second round game, which is not letting me pick because I haven't picked someone else. I haven't done Group F. Oh god. But anyway, that's kind of the order I was going to go for anyway. Yeah. Okay, that's the order I was going to go for. Second round for this one, France against Bosnia and Herzegovina. France, a very good team, who I'm obviously going to choose to go to the quarterfinal. Because Bosnia, they will have a lot of pressure on them for this being their first World Cup. And Argentina and Switzerland, two very good teams. But Argentina, I think, will slightly have the edge because they've got more ability in the midfield and up front, even though they don't have many notable players at the back. And for this second round game, we've got Germany and Korea. To be honest, it's a no-brainer for everyone. Germany are a very strong team and, of course, one of the favourites. And Korea, they're not one of the favourites. They're one of the least favourites to get anywhere in this World Cup. But who knows? They could maybe pull off a shot, but it's very unlikely. And in this second round game, you have Belgium and Ghana. Both two very strong teams, but I think Belgium will slightly have the edge because of their Benteke, Lukaku, Hazard, and Company and Courtois, as I mentioned earlier. They are a very, very strong side. So I think that they will be the teams that reach to the quarterfinals. And I swear I've done this already. Well, it doesn't matter. Yep, I have Brazil, Spain, England, and Uruguay. Anyway, for this quarterfinal, Brazil obviously going to be favourites to win the whole tournament. I'm not sure about that because they don't have many good players this year. They have Neymar, who could either be a massive flop or be the player of the tournament. Who knows? He hasn't had the best season for Barcelona, but he should do quite well. But I'm going to choose Brazil to win this match, even though obviously I'd love to see England maybe get through to the semi-finals or even the final. But if England win this match, I think they will go through to the final in the end, because with the confidence after beating Brazil, they will have a lot of confidence in the semis, and they could even get into the final, dare we dream, win the tournament. And in this quarterfinal, Spain against Uruguay, world champions against fourth in the World Cup last year. Spain, they have got a strong team, but not as strong as they did last time. And Uruguay, again, they didn't have Cavani last time, but they still did quite well with Suarez and Forlan. But Forlan, of course, getting on, maybe Cavani could be his replacement for this tournament. But I think that Spain will have the edge in this game. They are a very strong side, even though maybe not as strong as last year, but I think they have the ability to do it. In this quarterfinal, France and Germany. Germany are one of the favourites to win the tournament, as I said. A very, very good team. Very good chemistry, most of their players playing for Bayern Munich. And France, of course, the only really, really strong player I would say that they have is Frank Ribery. Of course, will be playing against many of his teammates in this game. But I think that Germany will have the edge on them, because they are an extremely good side and, of course, like one of the best teams in recent years. And in this quarterfinal, I've picked Argentina and Belgium. But Argentina have got players like Messi, Aguero, Tevez, players all like that, and I think that they will slightly have the edge over Belgium's. Belgium's, of course, as I mentioned, all of their good players. But so Argentina going through that, even though anything could happen in that game, really. Two semi-finals, we have Brazil, Germany, and Spain, Argentina. Brazil and Germany, two very good teams. Of course, people would say Brazil have home advantage, but I think Germany are a better team, to be honest. And I'm going to go for them. As much as I would hate to see them win the World Cup, I think they will. I think they will at least get into the final. And for this semi-final, of course, Argentina have got a stronger team than Spain, in my opinion. So I think that will help them through to the final. So I'll do runners-up first. Runners-up playoff. Brazil and Spain. Brazil haven't won the World Cup since 2002, but this is on home soil, and I think they can do it. And Spain, obviously World Cup winners last year. I still think Brazil will win this one. So Brazil third place. Germany and Argentina in the final. Okay, two very, very strong sides, two of the favourites that were going to win the tournament. But I'm going to go with Germany. Yep. An English person choosing Germany to win the World Cup. But I do think they are a very strong team, and they can do it. But Argentina, they could win it as well. It's possible. Of course, players like Aguero, Messi and Tevez all in their team. I think they could do it as well. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.